What's good, nigga? That was stupid, but I had to do that. Felt like I had to, bring up the mood because for me this is exciting. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, let me just talk about the video. We're watching the video by A Bit of Everything. All of the huge news from San Diego Comic-Con. Feige dropped some bombshells, and if I'm probably gonna title the video it, but we all know the biggest bombshell that dropped the night before. I'm recording this the day after or 2 days after, because I wanted to watch everybody's take on it. But RDJ is getting brought back from the dead, and is now going to play Doctor Doom for the next 2 Avengers movies. And I know a lot of people are very mad about it. It's like split in half, damn near. It's half people that are like, "Oh, it's a cool idea. Could be like a cool way to get fans back into Marvel." And the other half just like, "Why is he not Romani and da 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 da? And he's Iron Man. He's not Doctor Doom." Yeah, people are tired of the multiverse, like they said in Deadpool Wolverine. So, I mean, he can talk about the other announcements too, which I was excited about, and I did. I was excited about Fantastic Four, but everything else I was kind of like, could do without. But without further ado, I'm gonna stop yapping. Let's get into his reaction.
Hello, MCU fans. Boy, oh boy, did Marvel ever bring it to Hall H at SDCC 2024.
Yes, they
Kevin
did.
Feige's announcements have rocked the collective Marvel world. So, lots for us to discuss. Let's dive right in and see what we can find out. Don't forget, we have a July contest running all month long. Be a subscriber, leave a comment, win a book or a steelbook. Best of luck. And we have a membership option with lots of cool perks, so you might check it out in case you're interested. Okay, so things were kicked off with a dance number devoted to Deadpool and Wolverine, as you can see by the red and yellow.
Shit selling like crazy, like hotcakes.
Also, Rob Delaney, Peter Poole himself, showed up to be the host.
Oh, they got Peter Poole
asking questions to the actors and directors on stage. And Kevin Feige used that point in time to announce that Deadpool is officially now has the #1 opening weekend for an R-rated movie.
That makes sense.
No surprise, right? The movie is incredible.
It's crazy.
If you haven't seen it, you got to get out and check it out. So good. Also, Kevin got to announce that with 34 Marvel films under his belt, the MCU has now crossed 30 billion at the box office.
30
That is insane.
billion.
Tons of people made that a success that it is. But the #1 person is right there, Kevin Feige. Dude, you rock. Incredible. All right, so next, the Captain America 4 cast took to the stage. They look great together. It's going to be an awesome movie.
Yes, sir. My boy Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Yes.
Explained who he's playing in the movie. In fact, in his own words, he said, "I am the king
He's
of the
Sidewinder.
Serpent Society. I am Seth Volker, Sidewinder." So I don't know that many people predicted that. I sure had no idea.
Nobody predicted that. I've been seeing GW
differently
Bridge.
Than the Sidewinder in the comics. Oh my, the Serpent Society in the comics, man. They had some of the weirdest costumes. No, definitely Giancarlo will be much cooler than that.
Yeah,
So
they're not doing the costumes. They said fuck the
also,
costumes.
we get an official mention of the A word. Yes, they said adamantium.
A
So,
word.
remember in the trailer, behind those missiles, you see that big old structure back there, and here you can see a little bit of it again on the right. And you see Captain America flying past.
Look at
that
him.
big structure.
See how even he want to call him Captain America, but messed up and called him Falcon because he got the wings, bro. It's literally just the wings, but he Cap. He's Cap. So
from the Eternals movie that has now been converted to adamantium. So presumably, when Circe was basically killing him, it converted him into the precious metal adamantium. Also, it seems like, from what I've heard from the trailer that they showed, because unfortunately we don't get to see the trailer, but they referred to it as Celestial Island.
That's
that
cool.
made me scratch my head a little bit, because how do they know the word celestial? Man, we really need to know what happened after the first Eternals movie. Maybe they shared that with the government so people knew, but I don't know that anybody told America or everybody else what on earth
the Celestials. Yeah,
very interesting. Also, we do get confirmation that the U.S. and Japan are frenemies. You know, they're friends until they're enemies because of this very precious metal in the ocean. And then I thought one of the cooler reveals from the trailer they showed is that Ross hulks out during a press conference. So this that we saw from the trailer, right, is happening during this press conference. And I kind of wondered if that was the case because this looked like it was during the press conference, and those guys seem to be firing.
Boy,
their
finna
guns
Hulk out
upwards
on
in the
live
air.
television.
So yeah, what an awful time for poor President Ross to Hulk out. That
That's
makes
crazy.
me all the more excited to see how this all pans out in the movie and what these guys end up doing to it. In fact, speaking of hulking out, Harrison Ford hulked out on stage for folks. He's such a good sport. He is going to be a lot of fun in this movie. And then, oh man, I got to take the L on this one. So in my trailer breakdown of Captain America Brave New World, I said that was a fighter jet. And honestly, from this frame, it looks like it, right? But if you look really closely in the trailer, you can't see it leave his back, but it does look like it's flying away from him, not towards him. That's Red Wing. Yeah, that's his drone. Oh boy, I believe me, a lot of people told me, dude,
See,
it ain't a fighter jet, it's Red Wing. Oh,
with
anyway.
Captain America, I'm like the least excited about that. Like, most I'm excited for, like that's coming up right now, is all the way Fantastic Four. Like that, the whole 60s aesthetic, the whole vibe of it is like I'm already fucking with it. Like that's already like right up my alley. So whenever that comes out, I'm gonna be there for opening night because that just looks fire. But it's with all the other stuff that's kind of like concerning. But from just the movie alone and just from like the cast and everything, like yeah, it got me sold. Not even gonna lie. But this, let's see him talk about it.
Next, the Thunderbolts Asterix cast took to the stage. Man, they look great. It's such a huge cast. It's going to bring back so many characters that we've been wanting to know what have they been doing. And then what this is so funny, Red Guardian actually showed up in the
I kind of like it.
wearing his outfit. And then he looks up on the stage and realizes, oh,
I kind of like the new suit.
Nobody else came in outfit. I feel dumb. It was very funny. But he eventually takes it off and does show up on stage, as you can see there. And man, let me just say, these two in particular, I am so happy to see them come back. I mean, besides being two of the most beautiful people on the planet, they are so good in their roles, both of them. So I am very, very excited for this movie. And they talked about the fact that it sounded like a lot of fun. One of the cool things that the trailer that they showed for this seemed to reveal is that each of them are unaware that they're on a team. They were all sent to a mission individually. And when they all show up and realize it's a setup, well, then the problems arise. So yeah, gonna be so much fun. And we may finally get an answer to this question. The trailers seem to imply that we learn who bought Avengers.
This is such an old behind picture. Why do they use this picture? It's from like the first Avengers movie.
All right, so next, Matt Shackman takes the stage to discuss Fantastic Four. If that name doesn't ring a bell, he was the one of the main people that put together WandaVision. Oh man, one of my favorite shows, without a doubt.
One of the good shows.
He's going to be great with the Fantastic Four because it's supposed to be like a retro 60s futuristic. So like it's 60s, but it's also futuristic at the same time. He's going to have so much fun with that. Yeah, then the entire cast makes their appearance. They look great together. They look like they definitely are a family. Going to be a lot of fun. Then, okay, they showed a clip from the movie, or at least some maybe pre-footage. And this one I did manage to find on the internet, so I wanted to grab some stills of it because this quote was so important. Reed Richards, you can see, he says, this equation not only confirms alternate dimensions, it suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes. Now, why do I love that so much? Well, because Deadpool and Wolverine didn't really give us a lot of answers to the multiversal model, but I think Fantastic Four will. I've always said someone needs to go to the chalkboard and draw it up there. And notice he says parallel Earths on different dimensional planes. So we'll talk about why that's important in a second, but I think this is hilarious. The kids that he's talking to, oh, they're totally bored. Totally bored. So he goes, okay, well, who wants to see a big explosion? And they're all like, yay! And then he sets this device off and makes an explosion. Too funny. But back to this multiversal model. So I have theorized that, you know, there's paint, there's animated, you have the Deadpool universe, the X-Men, and of course you have the MCU. They're all different trees, if you will, across a multiversal forest. Well, boy, oh boy, I really think Fantastic Four is going to confirm that for us. Because Deadpool and Wolverine didn't really answer the question either way. But this movie seems like it's going to confirm it is a separate universe. It is in no way connected to Loki's tree, and we may finally understand our multiversal model. I'm stoked. I mean, I really want to see the movie, period. But man, this will make me so happy. All right. Also, in the little trailer they showed, we get a shot of Galactus. Whoa, that looks sweet. So no cloud monster.
Hell no. Fuck that cloud monster bullshit. I hated that shit in the movie, bro. That was the one part that ruined
also
the OG Fantastic Four movie, the Rise of Silver Surfer. That movie was so good up until they had the cloud, bro. I mean, Doctor Doom, you know, ass as usual, but they had that cloud, which made it worse. I was just like, why is he a fucking storm cloud, bro? Shit was so ass.
Fantastic car took flight over the stage. I mean, I know this is just a still of it.
That shit hard.
This thing moved from one side of the stage to the other. It is so very cool. And we get a new logo for the Fantastic Four. Notice first steps. So what does that mean? Well, I mean, it could be about, you know, the first step on the moon, you know, taking our first technological step, our first steps in a new universe. Who knows? But it could also be the first steps of Franklin Richards.
Baby.
Supposedly their children are going to be in it. And so maybe that's
I'm excited about that. I love Franklin Richards, bro.
Steps. We'll see. But anyway, very excited about this movie. Also, we learned that Fantastic Four will be appearing in both of the upcoming Avengers films. That's a big deal.
As they should.
In the Fantastic Four movie and immediately show up in the next.
It'll be the new Guardians, pretty much.
So these are the only 3 films for 2025. You can see the dates there. Lots of excitement. Cannot wait. But when Feige said that, and this is out of Feige's own mouth, that these are the only 3 films, what does that mean? That means Blade is going to be delayed again, because Blade.
They're not coming out with Blade, bro. Just letting y'all niggas know now. They're not coming out with Blade. Give up on Blade. It's never happening. Just give up on Blade. Just give up. It's not happening.
Right? They're still trying to get the writer and the director and everything taken care of.
It's not happening.
Hey, delay it until you get it right. But man, I keep getting more and more worried we're not going to get it. But they say we're going to get Midnight Suns, and Blade's a part of Midnight Suns, so hopefully it's all going to work out. Just not in 2025.
Nope.
But speaking of the Avengers films, they revealed the logos. Avengers Doomsday, which is replacing Kang Dynasty.
Boy, I got so hyped for this whole boy when they revealed it was called Avengers Doomsday. I was like, oh shoot. Doomsday. Sorry, I saw the Doom bots pop up on stage in the picture. I'm like, yo, I was so hyped, bro. I was so hyped.
So I have always wondered if we were going to get a 2-part Secret Wars, like another Secret Wars in 2028, because that would be the 20-year anniversary of the MCU. So I'm still holding out hope we actually end up getting 3 Avengers films in 3 years. But looking like this is the end. It looks like for now, these are the only 2 movies. And boy, do they look great. Boy, do they look great. So the Russo brothers were officially announced as coming back to direct both films. I'm really happy about that. They do a fantastic job.
That boy gut hanging out, boy. Look at this, see that gut, boy.
They would come back if they could do Secret Wars. Well, there you go.
That shirt hanging on for.
Also, their company, HBO, did a press release and revealed the writer. In their press release, I can't find the press release online, by the way, but I can find tweets about it that says that Stephen McFeely, as in Marcus and McFeely, will be writing both films. So we now have our writer and our directors. Now, it's interesting. They just said McFeely, so I don't know what happened to Marcus. Maybe they're not friends anymore. Who knows? But also, it's kind of a bummer because I thought Michael Waldron was going to write them. So that definitely shows that they are moving away from Kang as the main villain.
All the way from Kang.
And that we're going to get a new villain. In fact, speaking of the new villain, remember Doomsday, right? Well, the Doom they're referring to, is Dr. Doom. You can see they bring a bunch of these Dooms out there, making a big, exciting announcement on who is going to play Dr. Doom, and I'm sure you've heard the news, right? Out walks one actor himself, who pulls off his mask, and yes, we do indeed.
Bro.
That Robert Downey Jr.
I cannot tell you how, bro, the video of the reveal, bro, where he just, that shit hard. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if you like it or hate the idea. The way they revealed it, though, was so hard. I I don't care, bro. I do not care. Like, the way they revealed it, that was just crazy. I will never get over the reveal. The reveal was stupid. And hey, this could all be trash for all we care. This could blow up in their face and be the worst thing they ever do. This could end the MCU for good. End Marvel movies for good. But RDJ is a great actor. I'm more in the middle because I was like in the middle when it first happened. I was just in shock. I was just like, this is happening? Like for real? Like, are you serious? Like, I was like in that for so long. And then I had to think about it. I'm just like, well, I kind of see both sides. I see the story potential for the MCU, and the MCU hasn't always been accurate because I like to always remember that Thanos in the comics did not snap his fingers for the noble ass reasons he did in Infinity War. He did it for pussy in the fucking Infinity Gauntlet storyline. He did it for death. He ain't do it for no noble ass reason. He did it just to get some cheeks. And like and for our Iron Man in the MCU, this is the same Iron Man. This is the same Tony, or could be the same Tony Stark that we have an Iron Man that literally made Ultron with the help of Bruce Banner. We have an Iron Man that turned the AI of Jarvis into Vision. We have an Iron Man that discovered time travel. Like, we have a whole Iron Man that's completely separate from the Iron Man comics and the Marvel comics. Like, the MCU and the Marvel comics are two different things. Well, if the MCU takes inspiration from Marvel comic, they're not the same. So I feel like a lot of people need to keep that in mind too when it comes to critiquing this whole idea. Because, like, even though you might not like it, I feel like the idea that it could work, it could still work. Like, regardless of if you like it or not, it could still work. So yes, even though I would like a Doom, like everybody would probably prefer a Doom that was actually Romani and had the gravitas, and we already knew his like acting, or just an unknown actor could just do it. Who knows? But they just wouldn't have this. They wouldn't have this reaction. It wouldn't be, oh my gosh, Dr. Doom, and it's some random Romani dude. But now it's like RDJ, so it's like it's RDJ. Like, that's the big reveal. So I get it. I get why they did it, just to save the MCU, just to get people back on track. But to a lot of people, it is very desperate. It looks to them very desperate. And I see that point. I see both sides. Like, I'm just in the middle, where I could see this going very great, and I could see this going terribly wrong, like astronomically wrong. But only time will tell.
Is going to be back and is going to be playing Doctor Doom. Very interesting. He says
New mask, same task. Mm-hmm.
So we can decide what that means, right? Is he going to continue to do some of the things Tony Stark was trying to do, which is to protect his universe? I mean, ultimately, Doctor Doom is quote unquote a villain, but in the Secret War stories in the comics, all he was trying to do was preserve his universe. He just did it in ways that most other people wouldn't agree with. But yeah, new mask, same task. He also said, what can I say? I like to play complicated characters. Very funny. So I'm excited to see him back. This was a shock. I don't think anybody saw this coming. I mean, there were rumors. If
Nobody saw this coming.
Leaks, but there's rumors.
I mean, there was leaks. Yeah, there was leaks.
I think a lot of people thought, no way is this really going to happen. Nope, yeah, it is. It is really going to happen. So one interesting little factoid is RDJ originally auditioned for Dr.
That's
Doom
what I found out
in
too.
the 2005 Fantastic Four movie. This video, if you've never watched it, it's great. You should check it out. It's Feige and Favreau talking about Iron Man 15 years later. But they bring up the fact that, yeah, RDJ originally was going to be Dr. Doom. So how interesting that now, 20-some years later, he's also going to play Dr. Doom. As well as, of course. In fact, I wonder, will he be both Iron Man and Dr. Doom in Secret Wars? Oh my, that'll be interesting. So this little tease from the Deadpool trailers seems to be really happening, right? Because they showed us this comic that if you zoomed in, you could tell it was Secret Wars #5, and who's on the cover?
Oh yeah, that wasn't a Deadpool Wolverine movie.
So yeah, we are definitely getting Doom. Honestly, I think they have always planned on doing Doom. They just didn't expect that he would be such a big villain in Avengers 5. They were going to have the Kang Dynasty, and the Kangs be the villain. So I'm wondering, does that mean Doctor Doom is going to quickly steal the Kang's tech? Notice the quote from Quantumania. They said they will take everything. Well, that is very true. I have a feeling that all your tech is about to be taken by Doctor Doom. I mean, because in the comics, Doctor Doom did steal the Beyonders' powers, at least in the 1984 Secret Wars comic. In fact, I had been assuming this Kang from Quantumania
That
wasn't
Kang
going to die.
sucked. I hate Kang, and I like the fact that they're dropping him. But you know what? I feel like this is like the... Oh, yeah. Will Doom end up being a Tony Stark variant? That's what everybody's saying. But I feel like he's going to play Victor Von Doom. They even said on the at the thing, he's like, the only person that can play Victor Von Doom is RDJ. And I'm just like, okay, I think he's playing Victor Von Doom. I don't think he's playing Tony Stark. I think he's actually playing a Victor Von Doom that looks like Tony Stark in the Fantastic Four universe. That's what I think. But will he play in post Secret Wars? That's people worry about that too. People are thinking that they were gonna do like have him play Doom for the first 2 movies, and then after this they're gonna reset and make a whole new Doom and recast everybody. But me personally, I feel like they could go either way about it, and I would still be fine with it, because as long as the storytelling is well done, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Because I'm all for the story. I'm all for what will be such a cool story to follow in this Marvel universe that is kind of just scrambled. We're kind of just doing a bunch of shit that don't really fucking matter. We don't have a through line. There's no main story. Barely. And it wasn't really like connecting. Nobody really fucked with it for real. So I'm open to see what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna like this video because I'm actually interested to see what's gonna happen. I'm really interested because this has got everybody back into the MCU, and I'm excited. But like this reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Until then, see y'all niggas.